Hello friends! Today I'm going to teach you how to take an outside image from Photoshop or Illustrator or any photo on your computer and bring it into Procreate to doodle on it to your heart's content. I'll be featuring a new font that I just released called Sally Jane that you can get on Creative Market or on my website, and I hope that you'll be able to learn some new tips and tricks and how to use Procreate better. Alright, here we go. So the first step is to import the file that you want to draw on. I put mine on my iCloud drive. That's what I use for everything. It's really nice for transferring files back and forth, and I am going to find that right now. Once you've found your file, just tap on it and it should download. Alright, so here I have an image that I created with this new font that I have called Sally Jane, and I typed this up in Illustrator, saved it as JPEG onto my iCloud drive, and that's all you have to do is just import it in. So now I have this blank, nice font on a blank sheet. And as you can see, it creates one layer with that on it. So now you can add another layer on top to do any doodling or drawing or working within the letters. You can also do this if you have a photograph you want to do some illustrating on top of, or any other design elements that you've done on your computer that you want to bring into the iPad. So I'm going to start off by doing a little bit of sketching to decide what I want to put around this word. So I'm going to use my favorite sketching pencil from my illustration pack and a nice light gray so I can just put in some sketching around the expand. I'm thinking I want to do some vines and some florals. So as you can see, I have a new layer, and now I can just go on sketching. Also, you can notice at this point that I am just drawing directly over the letters that I have typed out that I had on the computer, and we will fix that in a bit. So don't worry about going right over your letters because they're on their separate layers, so they aren't getting affected by this drawing right now at all. Right now we're just trying to get down the color in the way that we want it, spending as much time as you need to get that color down, and just keep adding to your drawing. Alright, now I have everything filled in about where I want it. I did this in a very loosey-goosey, I like to call it, style where I was just going in really quickly with the color, and I want to go back later and add in some more details. But first I want to figure out how I want this to interact with my word. So as you can see, we have down here our lowest level is the image that we brought in from our computer. And let's say I want that image to be on top of my flowers. Well, right now if I bring it up, it covers it completely because it has this white background on it. So we want to get rid of that white background. So we're going to take our selection tool and change it to automatic. Now when you slide across the screen, it gives you a threshold at the top that shows you how much of it it's going to be taking in. As you can see, that kind of has a fuzzy line around it, and as I continue up, it pops around all of the color, and then you can delete it. So to delete it, scroll down and hit cut. See, as you can tell, that took too much. Now my word is completely gone. So I want to undo that. This time I'm going to just go right up so that those insides I can still see that color. So now let's see if that looks good. Cut. Yep, there we go. So now you can tell when you look at your word and your layers that it just has the letters. It doesn't show that white background anymore. And now it's sitting nicely on top of all of those letters. So there we go. I have my letters filled in. I have my nice drawing behind. I can turn off my sketch or delete it if you know you're done with it. And you're ready to go. But for this, I think I'm going to go in and add a little bit more detail to my flowers before I call it a day. see I'm adding in some extra flowers behind the letters because it was just feeling a little bit bare. All right here you can see that as I'm drawing, it's not going in the counter of this A. And the reason for that is, as you can see up here in our thumbnail, the middle of the A is still white. So we need to go back up to that layer, take our selection tool, make sure it's on automatic, and instead click in the middle of that layer and cut. Now as you can see, we can see that flower behind that. So we want to do that to the D and to the P as well. Going back up to the selection, select. You can actually do multiple letters at a time, which is really awesome. And cut. Now when we draw, we'll be able to see that behind the letters, which is really important for this drawing. And then you can go back to that sketching layer and keep on sketching. Alright, now that all my color is done, I can share this on Instagram or on Facebook, and I think I'm actually going to print this one out and hang it up in my office so I can remember this word of the year. But I hope that you learned some new things, especially about how to highlight and erase things, as well as bringing in a new image into Procreate. I wanted to give a little extra tip for those who are hoping to doodle on a photograph and maybe put happy birthday on an image or something cute like that. All right, you do the same thing. You go up to, but instead you go to photo, and you can choose any picture from your camera roll. As you can see, I have a lot of pictures of my cats. So we're gonna choose this picture of my cat. She's a cutie. And let's say I just wanted to put her name at the bottom. So I can add a new layer. All right, decide what color. I decided on white. And then I can just draw her name here at the bottom. Super adorable way to add a little bit of personality to your images. You can then use this for Instagram, your personal photo book, anything like that to send off to a friend. It's another really simple way to load in a photo and add your own imaging onto it. All right, that's it for today, guys. I hope that you learned a lot, and I'll see you next time.